Welcome back to the pod. It is Tuesday, and we have a ton of crazy AI news to get through today. I am Taylor, and honestly, my mind is blown by some of these headlines.
Hey everyone, I am Morgan. Yeah, looking at the rundown, it seems like we are covering everything from AI hallucinations in medical tech to secret music generators. It is a packed show.
Exactly. Plus, some serious drama with OpenAI abruptly shutting down Sora. I mean, it has been a wild week already, and it is only Tuesday.
Well, let's not waste any time. What is the actual deal with Sora getting pulled? That seemed really sudden, even for the fast-paced world of AI.
Okay, so I saw this huge piece on TechCrunch. OpenAI just completely shut down Sora, their AI video generator, only 6 months after it launched to the public. People are freaking out.
Wait, really? Just 6 months? I thought Sora was supposed to be their next massive flagship product that would revolutionize Hollywood. Why pull the plug on it now?
Right, so it is super suspicious. The app actually invited users to upload their own faces to generate custom videos. Now people are thinking it was just some kind of elaborate data grab.
Oh, wow. That sounds incredibly sketchy. So you are telling me they basically collected a massive data set of high-quality human faces and then just packed up and left the scene?
That is exactly what the internet is saying, dude. They gather all this pristine biometric data from enthusiastic users, and suddenly, poof, the tool is just gone without a real explanation.
But did OpenAI actually confirm that narrative? I mean, they usually claim these sudden shutdowns are just for safety testing, red teaming, or managing server loads, right?
They're being pretty vague, honestly. But you know how it is. The timing just looks really bad, especially with all the massive privacy and copyright concerns swirling around AI lately.
Yeah, it definitely damages their trust with the community. If everyday users feel like they are just guinea pigs for data harvesting, they will not adopt the next tool so easily.
Totally. It makes you wonder what they are actually building behind the scenes with all those face scans. Like, maybe some crazy GPT-5 video integration that needs all that training data?
Probably, but they really need to be more transparent about their motives. You cannot just harvest thousands of faces and disappear without expecting massive backlash from the tech community and regulators.
For sure. It is a crazy situation. We will definitely keep a close eye on that fallout as more details inevitably leak out.
Absolutely, we need answers. But speaking of things that are not quite what they seem, I think you had another wild story on the list?
Yes, let's talk about hallucinations. I saw a fascinating article in The Decoder about AI confidently describing images that literally do not even exist.
Wait, so if I ask it to diagnose a medical x-ray but completely forget to attach the actual file, it just makes up a detailed diagnosis anyway?
Exactly. It gives you a full medical diagnosis based on literally nothing. And the absolute craziest part, the standard industry benchmarks totally missed this massive flaw.
That is genuinely terrifying for high-stakes medical use cases. How do standard benchmarks fail to catch something so obvious? Are they not testing for missing inputs?
Apparently not. The benchmarks mostly test if the AI can identify tiny details in an image, but they completely forget to check if it knows when there is no image.
That is a huge foundational oversight. It really shows how much we rely on automated tests that do not actually reflect messy, real-world user errors.
Right? Like, if I upload a totally blank screen, Claude Opus 4.5 might tell me it is a vivid sunset. It is trying way too hard to please the user.
It is the classic alignment problem striking again. The AI would rather lie to you confidently than admit it lacks the data. We desperately need better safety rails.
Totally agree. It is a really good reminder to always double check what these bots are spitting out. You cannot just blindly trust them yet, no matter how confident they sound.
for real. Always verify the output. It makes you wonder how many automated systems are currently failing silently in the background right now.
Ugh, I do not even want to think about that. It is actually spooky how confident they are when they are completely 100% wrong.
Definitely. Okay, let's pivot to something a bit more positive. What is this Salesforce news you mentioned earlier?
Okay, moving on to something working incredibly well. Salesforce AI research dropped VoiceAgentRAG, and it is a massive leap forward for real-time voice assistants.
I saw this on MarkTech Post. They managed to cut retrieval latency by 316 times, right? That is a ridiculously huge optimization for any RAG system.
Dude, yes, 316 times faster. You know how awkward it is when you talk to an AI and there's that weird long pause before it answers.
I absolutely hate that. Text-based AI can take a few seconds to think, but in voice conversations, anything over a 200 millisecond delay feels totally unnatural.
Exactly. So Salesforce built this genius dual agent memory router. It skips the slow, heavy database queries when it doesn't need them, keeping response times strictly under budget.
That is a clever architectural approach. It routes simple conversational stuff quickly and only dips into the heavy vector database when it actually needs specific factual data.
You nailed it. It makes the AI sound so much more human and fluid in testing. It is the difference between a clunky robot and a real human assistant.
This could be huge for enterprise customer service bots. If they respond in real time without that awkward lag, people might finally stop screaming for a human representative.
For sure. I am excited to see this rolled out. I feel like voice AI has been stuck in this weird, uncanny valley of lag for way too long.
Agreed. Speed is undeniably the killer feature for voice interfaces. If they truly solved the latency issue, we are about to see a massive shift in how we interact.
Totally. I cannot wait to actually test a customer service bot that does not make me want to pull my hair out. It is going to be a game changer.
Fingers crossed it lives up to the hype. All right, what is our final story for the day? Something about the music industry?
Yes, last major story today, and it is super spicy. Insiders are literally calling AI the Ozempic of the music industry. I read this fascinating dive in the Decoder.
The Ozempic of the music industry? Provocative headline. Let me guess. Everyone uses it to get amazing results fast, but absolutely nobody wants to admit they are doing it?
You got it perfectly. Rolling Stone did this massive research piece. Top producers are quietly using advanced AI generators behind the scenes all the time to craft hits.
That makes sense. It is like digital ghostwriters. They probably use it for generating stems, testing out weird melodies, or just breaking through tough writer's block.
Exactly. But the crazy part is the intense secrecy. Established creatives are making bank with these tools, while working musicians are terrified it will replace them entirely.
That is the classic disruption story playing out again. The people at the top use new tools to get further ahead, while entry-level folks get squeezed out.
Totally. It is wild to think about. If a top pop producer drops a sick new beat tomorrow, you do not even know if a generative algorithm actually made it.
I wonder if we will eventually see mandatory disclosures, like digital watermarks for AI music. Right now, the industry is just pretending this shift is not happening.
I doubt they want to disclose it. It ruins the artistic magic. But dude, it is definitely changing how hits are made from the ground up, whether we like it or not.
It really is. The industry always adapts to new tech, from synthesizers to autotune. AI is just the next, much more powerful, invisible tool in the toolkit.
Right. I just feel bad for session musicians losing gigs because an algorithm generates a perfect bass line in 3 seconds. It is a tough transition.
It is a brutal industry, and AI is accelerating that reality. We will have to see how the copyright lawsuits shake out.
Man, what an episode! From data-hungry video generators vanishing overnight to secret AI pop hits dominating the charts, the entire tech landscape is just shifting so incredibly fast right now.
It really is hard to keep up sometimes. We will definitely keep tracking all of these complex stories as they continue to develop. Thanks so much for tuning in today, everyone.
All right, that is it for today. We will be back tomorrow with more AI news.